Have you seen this blog post called "What Time Is It in Silicon Valley"? Have you ever seen this?
Yeah,
this clock?
Yeah,
So it's basically, it describes what you're talking about, which is this guy who was doing like PR or comms for tech companies for a long time. He's like, hey, I've been through this cycle 5 times now. This is how it works. He's like, imagine a clock, and from midnight to 1 a.m., it's like, okay, this new thing is born. Oh, this is interesting. That's the narrative. And then as you get to sort of like 3 o'clock, it's like, ooh, this is the shiny new fun thing to play with. Everybody talks about it. Everybody has opinion of it. Everybody wants to show their friend this thing because it's the new thing. And then by the time you get to 4 or 5, people the narrative changes to like, hey, this is not just a toy. This could be something big. And by 6 p.m., the clock hand has gone halfway around. By 6 p.m., it's like, this is going to change the world. And so like right now, the company going through this is Lambda School, where it started as this little boot camp. Then it was like, holy shit, this is going to disrupt universities. And then if you've noticed in the last month, there's all this press coming out, in some ways rightfully so, because they make mistakes as they grow and whatnot. But some of these things were always there. It's just the narrative changed. So by 7 p.m., it starts to be like, you know what? It's not as good as everyone says. Actually, the product kind of sucks. You know what? This founder doesn't know what the hell they're doing. This thing's about to crash. And then it goes through this cycle of rebirth. And so now, once you read that post, and then you start reading the news, you start to just see that everywhere. It's like, oh, this is the hype cycle. It's going. You can just tell what hour of the clock are we in. And it's like, not to use the pun, but it's like clockwork. You see it happening over and over again.
Yeah, and I read a lot of history books. It happens like that. Like Rockefeller had the same thing, anti-billionaire, anti-this, anti-that. It's cyclical, so this isn't anything new.
Yeah, they build you up, they break you down. And if you're in that company, you just got to know these are the waves to be expected. You shouldn't be surprised and reacting when it happens. And if you're the reader, the stuff is entertaining, but don't just go for the ride.
If you're going to be successful, you're going to get a lot of hate.
Yeah.
Like on this little podcast in the comment section, we get made fun of all the time.
Not enough hate.
I would like more hate actually, but we've been called ugly.
Yeah, we've been called ugly.
Some guy wrote
when we started doing video, they were like, hey, audio guys. Audio.
And then another guy was like, you should show a background video of whatever they're talking about because I don't want to look at these fools.